MashaAllah. Takbir. Takbir. Alhamdulillah, after thanking our Almighty, our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and invoking peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, inshallah, if Allah will give us tawfiq today, we will have two presentations. One will be understanding the concept of knowledge from Islamic perspective. Then the next one will be study skills. After knowing what is knowledge, the next question you need to ask yourself is how do you acquire the knowledge? And we'll try as much as we can so that we can finish the two before Asri time, inshallah. So one thing you need to understand, you see, education is very sweet. That's why it's printed on an airport. Sweet. There is anything sweet in this world is education. Because it is only education that makes you different from everybody. Not your tribe, not your color, not the texture of your hair, but your knowledge. So knowledge, education is a process of instilling knowledge into human beings so that they can be better than the persons they were born. So as you are struggling to acquire these very important concepts in your mind, feel proud of yourself, because it's not everybody who has the privilege of attaining knowledge, of attaining education. So if you are privileged to be one of those who will be knowledgeable, then you should say Alhamdulillah. And the moment you say Alhamdulillah, Allah will make it easy for you and will increase you in knowledge every other day. فَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزْدَنَّكُمْ. When you are grateful, then I give you more. So my dear girls, from today, be proud of yourself, because not every girl is in school, not every girl is studying. Some are really wasting themselves out there. And Alhamdulillah, the etiquette of education in Islam, how you are supposed to be a good student. One, remember, it's about action. It's not just about pumping knowledge into your head. You must act on the knowledge that you are acquiring. Then you must have the adab, the character development. Okay? No discipline, no good education. Amna. You cannot claim to be educated if you're not disciplined. Discipline is the main key to opening the doors of knowledge. Then if you do that, it makes you an excellent human being. Become an excellent human being. And that's what made Adam be Adam alayhi salam. To an extent where the angels were asked to bow down before him because of knowledge. And you and me, if we struggle and become knowledgeable, then everywhere you go, you get respected because you are a knowledgeable person. And then knowing what you didn't know earlier. In fact, 21st century is regarded to be a century of knowledge. Anybody who doesn't have knowledge in this century will not enjoy this century in a maximum way. So if there is anything you should never allow yourself to miss in this world is knowledge. That's why they say the aspects of education in Islam, yani yale mambo ambayo elimu inakupa katika Uislamu. Kwanza inakupa tarbia. Tarbia means character. It makes you unique, special. It gives you good habits, good etiquettes. You become the best among so many because you're educated. And then ta'adib, it trains you on how to say no, where no is more important than yes. That means you learn to acquire self-control. Then ta'lim, you become that knowledgeable person that you should be in your life. That's why they say if you want to live life of excellency, run for education. If you want to increase your level of determination, make sure you struggle to get educated. If you want to understand before you are understood, so that you can unleash your hidden potential, go for education. If you want to improve your creativity, go for education. If you want to aspire for greatness, go for education. If you want to maximize the use of your talent, go for education. If you want to be a source of inspiration for many others, go for education. If you want to be optimistic, go for education. And if you want to be a neutral human being who will be accepted anywhere he or she goes, go for education. So education gives you everything you need to have the best in this world and the best in the hereafter. That is why Muslim scholars define education as a process of acquiring knowledge, skills and positive attitude, so that you can get the best in this world and the best in the hereafter. Allahumma atina fi dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. You can achieve that through acquisition of knowledge, through education. Then tarbiyah, ta'deeb and ta'lim, these are triple T's that are very crucial for you and me if you want to have a very strong, powerful personality. If you want to have security in this world and security in the hereafter, that means you have to be very firm on these three T's: tarbiyah, ta'deeb and ta'lim. Again, my dear girls, remember, it's about you understanding that the process of you following to acquire knowledge is like a process of you following to go to Jannah, according to the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The similitude of the struggle to acquire knowledge is like the struggle for a Muslim fighting to go to Jannah. If you are out in search of knowledge, you are out on the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until you go back home. If you are out struggling to acquire knowledge, every creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prays for you until you get back home. If you are out in search of knowledge, you are in the service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until you go back home. So this thing we are doing with our lives today is all about pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is our primary objective. Then understanding that the purpose as to why, and I want you to write down the word purpose. The purpose why is compulsory. طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم ومسلمة. Why it is compulsory for a Muslim girl to be educated? Why it is compulsory? Why did the Prophet say it is compulsory for every Muslim to be educated? Ignorance is not an excuse of committing a sin. That means you must acquire knowledge to understand everything about your life, so that you don't commit an offense and then you say it because I did not know, while you had the opportunity to know everything that you wanted to know. So purpose means education. P makes you positive. You feel good about you and everybody feels good about you. You become positive when you are an educated person. That's the purpose, to make you positive. You don't feel intimidated and you don't get low self-esteem when you are an educated person. It doesn't matter who you meet. Because you are knowledgeable, you are educated, no one becomes superior than you. Because knowledge is supposed to make you a superior person. So positivity, that means nothing becomes negative in your life if you are educated. It unleashes your hidden potential. And this is something very important. It unleashes your hidden potentials. You see where you are now, the grade you are posting now, that is not you. If you do more than what you are doing today, tomorrow, the next exam you'll get a better grade than the one you got in the previous exam. You don't exhaust your intelligence until you are buried. You can become more intelligent every day. But what makes you intelligent? Reading and studying, then you become more intelligent. They say an average student who works hard can surpass a genius student. An average student who reads every day, who works very hard every day, can perform better than a student who is regarded to be a genius. Hard work beats a genius. So that means if you do more, you will get more than everybody else. Just do more of your reading and you unleash your hidden potential. Are we together? Purpose is about our relationship you have with yourself, how much you like yourself, and the idea of you being in a school, in a boarding school, and the idea of you wanting to be a medical doctor or a teacher or an engineer. How do you like that idea? Okay? And then at the same time, what about the relationship between you and your parents? Do you think what you're doing now is putting a smile on your parents' faces, or do you think it is making them frown even inside in their hearts? Do you think you are doing the best you should do? Do you think you're working hard enough so that even if anything happens, the parents will accept because they saw you working very hard? Then the relationship between you and your teachers. As they work hard, are you also reciprocating by working harder than them? Because a teacher gives you only a quarter of what you need to pass in your exam. 3/4 comes from who? Yourself. So if you do more than what the teacher is doing, you will perform better than what the teacher is expecting. The second P is how patient are you to be a good student today, so that tomorrow you become a great lady in your life. Everything has its own time. Are you okay being a student today? And if you're okay being a student today, can you keep off mobile phone? Can you keep off social media? Can you keep off anything destructive that will rob you of your success? When you accept who you are, you will never do anything that will take away what you are trying to get. So it's very important to deal with the robbers of your success, because you know if you entertain them, they are going to make you small in performance, and therefore you will never be able to progress to the degree of which you want to acquire for yourself. Purpose is about optimism. It builds that of confidence in you, that confidence, so that you don't panic, you don't fear, you're not scared. You're not scared. Life is to there. Just struggle. One day you will be there. But for you to be there, learn how to share. Don't get scared. Everything is easy if you make it easy, and everything becomes difficult if you make it difficult. There is nothing difficult or easy, but the way you look at it decides what level of understanding you acquire. If you look at something as it is easy, it becomes easy. When you look at something like it is difficult, it becomes difficult. So nothing is easy or difficult, but your own perception decides whether it should be easy or it should be difficult. So always look at your studies and every subject and the examination that is ahead of you as something that is going to be very easy for you. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. You are the one to decide. If you think you will pass, you will pass. And if you think you will fail, you will fail. You are the one to decide. So always have that positive mentality that you are going to break all the obstacles along the way for you to reach your actual destination. Purpose is about being realistic. Am I right? Did I get the spellings right? The first letter is what? The second letter? The third letter? The fourth letter? The fifth letter? The sixth letter? S. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. And this, believe me, my dear girls, is the magic word for all of us. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes your sacrifice. Did you understand? If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice your life for the career that you want so badly, that career becomes your sacrifice. So you must learn to sacrifice today, the fun of today, the pleasure of today, the excitement of today for the enjoyment of tomorrow. If you want to do what is easy today, remember what is difficult will wait for you tomorrow. If today you decide to do only what you like, what you don't like becomes an obstacle for you to grow tomorrow. So a good person who wants to succeed in their life they will do what they must do, whether they like it or they don't like it. But because that's the only thing they can do to succeed in life, they will do it without hesitation. So if there is anything you must do, like what I was telling you about mathematics, because now this is a subject that is core in our curriculum, you must die for it. Do whatever it takes. And believe me, if you change the way you look at mathematics, mathematics will change from being a difficult to being an easy subject. According to survey done by NEC, if you read their reports, Ministry of Education, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, they say among all the subjects that are in the curriculum, the subject that easily passed is mathematics, because always the pass mark is very low compared to other subjects. You have to get 90% in IRE to get an A, but with mathematics 50 is enough. Sometimes even 45 can give you an A. So it's about you to decide, and the easiest way of doing it is trying yourself. We look at that when you're looking at study methods. Look for a friend who is good in that subject, get close to the teacher who is teaching that subject, do it, practice, and you'll get the improvement. It's as easy as that. Are we together? Purpose is about is about learning. The whole idea of us studying is to learn, to empower ourselves, to fit in the framework of our own lives. To fit in the framework of our own lives. And that's very key as we struggle to prepare for the exam that is ahead of us. So remember, at the end of the day, we have no excuse when it comes to education, because Quran talks about education in very, very intense details. So many people who are not Muslim get surprised to see that our book is talking a lot about education, but we as Muslims, we are not that educated. Okay? It talks a lot about how important knowledge is in our lives, but we don't really work hard to become that knowledgeable. So we have to work hard to meet the expectation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these are ayahs from the Quran that talks about education, how important it is. And that's why it is farad, it's not optional, it's not sunnah. And that's why when you are studying, when you feel like you are getting bored, you are not understanding, you're getting tired, just remember, this is not my choice. It's a commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not about my parent, this is not about me, this is about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best among you is the one who is most useful in his community. The best among you is the one who is most useful in the society. As a doctor you are useful, as a teacher you are useful, as an engineer. So you have to struggle to be that person who will be better than so many other people. And that is easy when you are educating yourself and when you are learning and become a better person. And these still talking about وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي إِلْمًا وَرُزُقْنِي فَهْمًا. Many other verses in the Quran that are really, in the interest of time, we will not go through them. They're really making us, have that motivation, have that, kind of feeling that we must get educated. Because we're not getting educated because we want to earn money, because we want a piece of paper called certificate. We're doing it because that's a commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's like ibadah. You just do it, you have to do it. There is no excuse and there's no way you can say, I am tired, I've had enough of it, I am bored. That's not very good. And then again, the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Plenty of them. There is a whole, what they call Babul Hadith on ilm. In Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunnah, Ibn Majah, and many others that are really talking about how important education is to us as Muslims. So my dear girls, it's like limitless blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A believer is never satisfied on the beneficial knowledge. He goes, acquire it, death, enter into paradise. That means you don't stop learning until you die, and then you enter in paradise because you are a knowledgeable person. So you strive, and that's why a Muslim should never lose interest in knowledge. Okay, it says it's a road to paradise. All the verses, all the hadith I mentioned earlier, that it's easy to get to paradise when you are on the path of searching for knowledge. The person is only envied. A person is only envied. Tunaruhusiwa kuoneana wivu ikija mambo ya elimu. Yani unaruhusiwa kumuonea mwenzako wivu kwa sababu yeye amesoma kuliko wewe. Wivu nyingine zote haziruhusiwi katika Uislamu, lakini wivu wa ibada na wivu wa kusoma, kwamba na wewe ungependa uwe kama mtu fulani kwa sababu amesoma ama anafanya ibada nyingi. Kwa hivyo we have to do the best we can do, because this is not just about this world, it's also about the hereafter. And that's why a Muslim has so much to cover in their lives to be regarded as an educated person. Okay, so the revealed knowledge, okay, and then the what you call human constructed knowledge, ulumul aqliya, and nafli, and the optional, and fardh al-kifaya knowledge, fardh al-ain or obligatory one. It's very important that we need to balance, and that's why us at Qura we are very lucky, because we are balancing ulumul aqliya wa ulumu ruhiyya, sciences and religion, because that's what makes you a great person as a Muslim lady, as somebody who wants to make a difference in life. Okay, so it's very important that at the end of the day we study whatever we need to study to be different from everybody else. It's knowledge that gives you superiority of life. And if you are really that person who kind of respects the entire process, because for you to be educated, you have to enjoy the process of being educated. You have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you will not go very far. You will give up very easily. But if you enjoy the process of acquiring knowledge, it becomes easier for you to study until death comes without you getting really tired. Okay? And then there are so many references to show us how important is in our life, how important education is in our life. There's the book of Imam Maudud on education. His book is Islami Nizam Ta'aleem, which is written in Pakistan. It's very good to read on terms of education. At the same time, it's important for us to know that there is learning pyramid. There is way of learning according to Islam. It says, one, if you average students' retention rates, if you just listen when someone is talking, you only get 10%. If you see what you are learning, that means you look at the book also, look at the notes, you get 20%. If you demonstrate, do it practically, you get 30%. If you discuss in a group with other students, you get 50%. If you practice doing it every day, you get 75%. And if you teach others, you'll get 90%. This is a research that was done across Africa to see how best can students study. So whatever you listen, then try to reflect on it, then try to write it down, then try to explain to somebody, then try to teach to other people, and you will understand and stays in your mind for a very long time. 10 guidelines of obtaining knowledge. 1, remember you are doing it for the sake of Allah. Just remember that. You're not just doing it for you and your parents, you are doing it for the sake of Allah. Number 2, you have to have good intention when you are pursuing knowledge. I want to become a medical doctor so that I can help those who are weak and sick. Have an intention. Al-amalu bin-niyat. Intention plus action takes you to your destination. So remember, your intention must be great. You have to say, I am learning so that I can become a teacher and teach those who are ignorant. I want to be a nurse to take care maybe of elderly people. Have an intention. Put niyyah and Allah will make it easy for you. Then your body a bit busy and you will never fall asleep. Okay, if you only listen without writing, you will sleep very, very soon. Okay, then motivation and perseverance. Perseverance ni kuvumilia zile shida zinazopatikana wakati unatafuta elimu. Kula githeri, kula ugali, kulala kuchelewa, kuamka mapema, kula mogoka, kushautiwa kila wakati kama mtoto mdogo hivi. Unakuwa na subra. Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. Kabisa. Katika Quran Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala anasema wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Patience. It will be over. It's not going to be there forever. And for you, it's even less than 4 or 5 months to come, and you are out of school. But the question is, how will you exit school? What grade will you take home? So struggle, fight, work for it. And then proficiency, look for help from others. Proficiency, usikubali kufundishwa kitu usikielewe. Mfuate mwalimu akueleze mpaka uelewe. Kama humuelewi mwalimu yule, tafuta mwalimu mwingine anayefundisha somo lile akueleze. Kama yule pia humuelewi, mtafute mwanafunzi mwenzako akueleze. Usilale bila ya kujua kile ulichofundishwa siku ile. Tafuta mbinu yoyote, na ukifanya hivyo itakuwa mazoea na kuelewa itakuwa ni rahisi. Lakini ukiacha mambo yapite tu na hujayaelewa, wakati unataka kuyaelewa yanakuwa mengi, kwa hivyo inakuwa shida kuelewa. Lakini ukitumia law of the ladder, step by step, wanasema kama unataka kula ndovu mzima inawezekana, lakini mpaka ukate slice baada ya slice. Ukishtuka umemla ng'ombe ndovu mzima. Na somo lolote ukiligawanya tu in small chunks, a subtopic every day, subtopic 1, subtopic 2, ukishtuka umelielewa lote. And those are some of the methods we're going to study later on. And then take advantage. Number 9, teachers. They are the ones who have the key to your success. Don't allow them to rest. Okay? And then time, the use of time. Make sure you use your time very, very well. Okay? So my dear girls, just don't worry. Number 1, put trust in Allah. Wallahi fatawakkal in kuntum mu'minin. Don't worry about the exam that is coming. Ya muallim, wanasema ya muallimu Ibrahima allimna. Sio? Wa ya mufahima Suleiman hivyo. Every time you say that and it becomes easy. Yule aliyemuelimisha Ibrahim atakuelimisha pia wewe. Aliyempa fahamu Nabii Suleiman atakupa pia wewe. So don't worry, don't panic, don't fear. Just trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and everything will be easy. Are we together? Number 2, we say good intention. Al-amalu binniyah. I plus A is equal D. Intention plus action takes you to your destiny. Kuwa na nia nzuri katika kutafuta elimu, na elimu itakuwa rahisi kwako kuipata kwa sababu ya nia yako nzuri. Okay? Alafu number 3, sincerity in acquiring knowledge. That is also part of nia. And then number 4, seeking help from Allah subhanahu wa qala rabbuka ud'uni astajib lakum. It's as easy as that. Mambo yakikuwa magumu unamwelekea Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu. Na ni nyakati gani dua zinapokelewa kwa urahisi? Wakati gani na gani dua zinakubaliwa kwa rahisi ili uanze kumomba Mungu kuanzia leo akubali dua yawe kupata A? Raise up your hand. Siku ya Ijumaa particularly, between Asri and Maghrib. Okay, that's one. So from today, time that duration and make a lot of dua. Saatul ijaba inapatikana katika wakati kama huu. Ingine? When it is raining like these days, there's a lot of rain. The moment it starts raining, go to the mosque and pray, because that's time Allah is showing His mercy to His creation by allowing rain to fall. So if you ask for anything that time, the chances of you being answered is very high. Number 3, when you are if you are sick, that means Allah is inflicting you of a calamity. You can use that also to ask for another favor, and Allah might easily grant you that favor. Another time, the last third of the night, from 3 to 5. Those are called magical hours, not only in Islam, even scientifically. They are referred as a magical hour. That's why every successful person is always up by 3. You will never see a president sleeping after 3. You will never see a millionaire sleeping after 3. No professor sleeps after 3. There's nobody who wants to succeed in life and in the hereafter that will sleep after 3. So from today, at least if you can't wake up at 3, at least 4. You should be up. Before you start reading, what do? You do some nafila and ask Allah to make it easy for you to understand what you're going to read in class. And what is so special about that time? 3 to 5. What's so special? Allah comes down and He has a question that He normally asks. What is that question? Who has a need so that I can fulfill? Who has a question so that I can answer? So it's you are, when you are praying, you are answering that particular question. Any other time that you get the ijabah very easily for your dua? When you are doing time of prayers, when you are in a position of prostration, and then you ask Allah for something, it is easily accepted. Another one, between adhan and iqama. That's a very important time. Another time, when you are fasting, before breaking that fast. Another time, that is very good for, yes, when you are traveling, yeah, dua ya mwenye kusafiri. So hizo ni offers, ndio kutoka kwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Take advantage of them and Allah will make it easy for all of us. Okay, again remember, upright heart, kuwa na roho nzuri, wacha kuchukia watu ovyo. Particularly now when you are a candidate, don't harbor any hatred for anyone. Hata kama mwalimu amekukosea, wewe msamehe tu. Hata kama mwenzako amekusamea, usilale ukiwa moyo wako umekonjika. Sawa sawa, inachukua energy yako ya kusoma na utakuwa uwezi kusoma kwa nguvu sana. So forgive people when they offend you, okay, so that you can have a peace of mind, and that peace of mind is what will give you the privilege to study and read for a long time. And then again, number 5, these are diseases that normally takes away our blessings, like knowledge, hard work. And this, when you doubt desire, when you have some worldly desire, when you have doubts, when you are jealous, when you spit others, when you are proud, all these, they hinder you from achieving the best out of yourself. And then intelligence, that means making sure you take advantage, make use of the gift of intelligence that Allah has given us. And then your desire to succeed, every time you sit down, think how great it will be if you become the person you want to become in your life. Think about it, and it will give you the energy to continue working hard. Okay, motivation and perseverance, and then proficiency, and then your teachers, and that will really make you the best you can be in your life. The etiquettes of relationship between students and teacher, very important. Your parents give you biology, but your teacher gives you psychology. Your parents give you the mind, the body. Your teacher gives you the mind. So you have to respect them if you want to succeed. Otherwise, you won't make any whatever. And then use of time, that is key, very key. Time and tide waits for no one. Okay, repeat this after me. Say, if you save your seconds, your minutes will take care of themselves. If you take care of your minutes, your hours will take care of themselves. If you take care of your hours, your day will take care of itself. If you take care of your day, your week will take care of itself. If you take care of your week, your month will take care of itself. If you take care of your month, your year will take care of itself. If you take care of your year, subhanallah, your life will take care of itself. That's very important. You have to remember and budget your time very well if you want to succeed. Ways of maintaining your knowledge, if you don't want to lose it. how to improve your memory so that you can keep what you study. 1, revise before 24 hours elapse on what you have been taught. Because at the end of the day, the mind cleans itself up. So whatever you did not revise, it remains in the temporary memory and it is deleted. But what you revise go to the permanent memory. Practice like mathematics, these technical subjects like physics. Practice like English writing composition. Practice by speaking English. Practice easy. If you practice, you don't forget what you learn. Don't get involved in sins, because that's another consumer of our intelligence if we offend our Creator. Okay? Teach somebody. If you're good in a subject and there's somebody in your class who's not good in that subject, teach that person and you will understand better and you will retain what you have learned. Write it down. Take notes. Take notes. And then propagate. Talk about it to other people. Talk about it to other people. So it's easy if you want to improve your memory and your recall ability in whatever you study. 1, revise, revise, revise. Practice, practice, practice. Clean of sins. Teach others who are weaker than you. Write it down. Take notes. Propagate. Talk about it to other people. And finally, it becomes easy for you to master anything you want to master. Any subject you want to master. It becomes very, it's like I need to read. It's time for me to read. So plan when you are going to study. Remember and repeat this after me. Say prior. Preparation prevents you from poor performance. Prior preparation prevents you from poor performance. When you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. When you fail to prepare, you have prepared to fail. So have a timetable, have a schedule of studying if you really want to keep up with the speed of your study. Study at the same time every time so that you create a biological clock in your system. You have, if your system is used to studying at 4 or early in the morning or late at night, when that time arrives, the system will demand for knowledge. Your brain will demand for knowledge, for information. Therefore, it gives you automatic switch off from the mood of play to the mood of hard work. It becomes much easier as you move on. Again, the next one, this is study at the same time. Each study time should have a clear goal. The purpose of reading is reading purposefully. The purpose of reading is reading purposefully. Every time you sit down to read, tell yourself, what is it that you want to know? What are you reading? What are you reading? If you are studying biology, what do you know from that biology? Okay? So that you prepare your mind to pick what is important in what you are going to read. Don't just sit and then start reading. Make sure you tell yourself what you want to read. I am reading this topic because I want to understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Now as you read, you'll pick those things that you want to understand. So don't read aimlessly, read purposefully. Read purposefully. Prepare your psychology for the reading so that it can be able to pick for you what is useful in that particular topic. Don't just read for the sake of reading. Read with purpose. Start with the most difficult subject first. There is a book written by Brian Tracy. It says, eat the frog first. Then you'll marry the prince later. Okay? So sometimes when you have 2 things to do, begins with the one that is more difficult. Even in life, if you have 2 things you must do, then begin. For example, if you hate dishing and your mother has told you, you sweep and then you dish, and you don't like dishing, then start with dishing. It will be easy for you to sweep later. But if you start sweeping, you might not wash the dishes because you don't like it. So always, when you are given two things to do, start with the one that is most difficult for you, harder for you, the one you don't like. You want to read mathematics and history, start with mathematics, then you go to history. If you are tempted to read history, you might take all the time reading history because you're enjoying it, and you won't read mathematics. But if you begin with mathematics, you struggle with it, then go to another easier subject. So if you have two tasks to perform, two areas to study, begin with the most difficult one. Okay? In the process, when you are reading the one that is easy for you, you will be relaxing. And this other one, it's like the fresh mind will capture something out of it, and you won't walk away with an empty mind. So remember, my dear girls, be sure that whatever you are doing, you are also writing it down. It is easy to read your own notes than reading a revision material. So struggle, make sure you have your notes from Form 1 to Form 4. If you read your own notes, you understand quicker than reading a revision book, a printed revision book. So make your own notes. It's more interesting to read your own handwriting than reading somebody else's handwriting. So make sure you are kind of polishing your notes so that 2 months before exam, now you'll be reading your own notes and making shorter notes for the last minute revision. But don't mess with your personal notes. If you don't have them, make sure you start developing them for the sake of, make sure that whatever you are reading, you understand before you go to something else. Be sure of what you are reading. As I said earlier, look for a friend who is better than you. Upon every person who is knowledgeable, there is one who is more knowledgeable than them, isn't it? Yes, in every subject, there is someone who is an expert in the class. Always. Today when you go to Mango School or you go to Alliance High School, Alliance Girls, they are using the peer teaching style more than teachers now. They give teachers their time, but then they create time for them to teach each other. There is among them, there is one who's good in maths, so that's a mathematics teacher, peer teacher. Among them, there's one who's good in chemistry, that is peer chemistry teacher. There's one in biology. So that all the subjects, apart from the regular teachers, they also have a peer teacher. Sometimes the peer teacher might teach you better than even the regular teacher. Okay, you might understand your fellow student better sometimes than the teacher. So it's very important, out of yourself, you pick one who will be the lead in biology, one lead in chemistry, one lead. I think there was a group one time that was doing that. Yes, and they were really teaching each other, and it really helped them. Okay, a teacher teaches something in the morning and they repeat it in the evening. Now when they are repeating, it now cementing in your mind, concretized in your brain. It becomes difficult for you to forget. That's a very nice style to do, being sure that you are really doing what you are expected to do and you're moving towards the right direction. Now we're together. Let's take the last one. We also have like 15 minutes before Asri time. I really want us to live here when we are really transformed, so that this today will be a very historical day in our life. Pay attention in class. When you're in class, you are there to listen very well. Okay? If you miss that, you can't get it back. The moment the teacher finishes that topic, they will not go back to it. So always pay a lot of attention when you are in class. See you, Manilewa? Pay attention in class. Get the details of what is taught. Number 2, take good notes. Every time you are reading, every time in class, even before the teacher says, okay, write down the notes, even from what the teacher is saying, make notes. Make notes. Because when you combine two senses at a go, your concentration goes high. You get khushu' even in salah. When you listen to what you are saying, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and you are listening, you get concentration. when you are reading, you are listening in class, and then you are writing down. You have to pay attention. You get concentration. So you menifahamu? Concentration is the game. Concentration is the game. Concentration is the game. So in class, pay attention and then write notes. You know, when the hand is busy like this, you can't sleep. Kinesthetic psychology. When the hand is busy writing, the mind has to focus because you don't want to miss anything. So the body, the eye, and the ear, three of them are working. You will get everything you want from that particular teacher. But when you are daydreaming, thinking about the mosquito in the net, you are in trouble. Keep an organized notebook. If you must use different colors to make your notes beautiful, your notes must be beautiful. You must be having beautiful notes. Write them down using different colors. I do that. You ask Abdullah, I'll tell you. I write using four colors. If I want to give a lecture, it becomes interesting because I see everything from those colors. And I don't feel like lifting my eyes off that book because the colors are very attractive. So make sure your notes are beautiful. And then ask questions in class. Research is saying any student who asks 3 questions and answer 3 questions per day will never forget what they are taught. Ask 3 questions and answer 3 questions, because these 6 questions will force you to be glued in what the teacher is teaching. So always prepare to answer the question. Listen with the mind that you will answer a question after that class. Then your mind your subconscious and conscious mind will join force, and you'll be able to understand whatever you are being taught. Are we together? Say yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Then plan a definite study time, and as I said earlier, and place for each day. Ukikaa kwenye dining table ukiwa nyumbani kwenu, how do you feel? You feel hungry? Bora tu ukae kwenye meza ya kula. You feel it like that. You feel it. So associate certain places with reading, so that when you sit at that place, reading becomes automatic. You don't have to struggle. Just make space, and then don't cram for hours the right before a test. Start from now. Earlier preparation makes later study easier. Earlier preparation makes later study easier. Lakini ukingoja paka last minute, that's when you start panicking. That's when you get stressed, depressed, and you forget even that which you knew. And when you get into examination paper, 0, my friend. It's bad. So prepare from now. Now when you are waiting for your candidates, write the word candidate down. Now you are called a candidate. A candidate. So see, a candidate is someone who is committed, not someone who is wishing for better performance. It's someone who is committed to good performance, not someone who is wishing for good performance. Get committed. Tell yourself, I will never rest until I become my best. Okay, I either make it or no life after school. I have to pass, because it is a matter of life and death. I can't wait to be a medical doctor. I can't afford not to pass mathematics. I can't afford not to pass chemistry. I have to. I must. Now when you have that mentality, everything becomes easy for you. Are we together? So a candidate is someone who is committed, not someone who is wishing for success. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. So it's not about wishing, it's about doing with a lot of commitment. A candidate is someone who pays attention to the details. Every time you read, you feel like I need to read more on this topic. You want the details, because that's what will make you get more marks than everybody else. You go for the details. The reason why people fail IRE is because they answer in a general way. But if you answer with ayah and hadith and kisa to sahabiya and the rest, they will give you an A. You have the details. You give information, more information. One question, 10 pages. They give you an A. But you write only one page. My friend, that's why I say, me Muslim napata D ayari. You are too general, isn't it? You have to be very, very specific. Go for details. Pay attention. Some people, usually I was surprised somebody was explaining how to get a C+. Akasema ikiwa kuna mwanafunzi akona masomo matatu ambayo anaweza kupata A- kwenda juu ama kuanzia B+ kwenda juu. Nani hapa hana masomo matatu ambayo anaweza kupata B+ kwenda juu? Let's say A. How many of you have subject can get an A if you work very hard? It's like all of us, isn't it? Yes. Sasa A plus A plus A, those are 36. What is C+? 56. Sindio? Sasa unazo tayari 36. Alafu kuna subject you can get a C+. A C+ ni ngapi? Ni 6, sindio? 6 plus 36 42. Alafu kuna ingine pia wazapata C+ like a history hivi. Hiyo ni ngapi sasa? Ngapi? 48. How much do you need now to get a C+? 8. It's as easy as that. Every student can get a C+ and above. Every student. You just need to say, me, I am good with arts. Me, I'm what do they call it? We have mathematical intelligence, linguistic intelligence. People who are good in maths, they are mathematical intelligent. Science intelligence, they are scientific intelligent. Social science intelligence, okay? Kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal. So you say, me, I am scientific intelligent. So I have 3 sciences that can give me an A. Now look for other. We are tested with 7 subjects, you know? Yeah. So if 3s are A, you have how many? 4 to play about. C+, hapa, hata ingine yaza kuwa D+. Just do that mathematics. It's very easy. It's very easy to get C+. Very easy. Kwa hivyo kuanzia leo, categorize your subject. Look for 3 subjects and say, hizi ni zangu za A. Sipati kitu, ni lazima nipate A katika hizi. Hizi ni zangu, nimezaliwa nazo. Ziko katika damu yangu hizi. Hebu write them down. Usinionyeshe, wewe andika zile zako. Za damu yako kabisa. Unajua hizo, ukifa nazo ni A. Nothing less than that. Wengine inaweza kuwa ni IRE, IRE Arabic History. Wengine ni geography, business studies, mathematics. Wengine ni physics, chemistry, biology. Wengine ni geography, whatever. Yako ni ipi? Sasa kuanzia leo, hebu niangalie. Mmeniona? Hata nitavua miwani tena. Mmeniona? Kuanzia leo, hakikisha hizo subject 3 umepata A kila wakati ukifanya mtihani. Haya, tafuta moja ambayo waweza kupata C+. Iandike moja ambayo waweza kupata C+. Hizo ni subject ngapi? 4, si ndio? Na tunataka 7. Tafuta moja waweza kupata C plain. Iandike. Usisahau zile compulsory. Tafuta moja ambayo waweza kupata C. Tafuta moja ambayo waweza kupata C. Mashaallah. Okay. Hizo imekuwa max ngapi? Points ngapi hizo? We are looking at C+. Kuna wengine ni wa A, lakini naangalia yule ambaye akifail basi amfail mpata C+. Kumaanisha kwamba next year we are going to have 100% transition to university. Everybody will go to university. Inshallah. Because this formula is very interesting, it's very easy to get. Sawa, umeshapata ile C. Tafuta nyingine unaweza pata C-. Tafuta ile ambayo unaweza pata C-. Wajua hii nitapata C- hii. Haya, ile ya D+ sasa. Ile ya D+. Kuna wengine hawana yao ya mwisho ni C+, wengine yao ni B. I'm looking at the one who will be wa mwisho huku. Haya, hesabu hizo hazifiki 56. Hazifiki. Zimpita sasa, si ndio? Kumaanisha kwamba kila mtu aweza kwenda university, na ni lazima tuende university. Mwaka ujao kila mmoja ataenda university. Sasa independent learners, they ask questions, they discuss topics with their friends. If you don't understand something, speak up, ask. Questioning is the gateway to learning. Usiende kulala kama hujafahamu ulichokisoma. Ask. Fas'al ahlu dhikri in kuntum la ta'lamun. Ulizeni kama mjajua, ulizeni. Waulizeni wenzenu darasani, ulizeni walimu, jiulizeni nyinyi wenyewe pia. Inaweza kujitokeza katika fikra zenu. Sasa they ask question, they discuss topic with their peers. If you don't understand something, speak out. Usiende kuanguka. Speak out. Afadhali uonekane mjinga kwa dakika 5 kuliko kuonekana mshenzi maisha yako yote. Uliza, utajibiwa. When you ask, you will be answered. That's another thing you must do when you are studying and reading very hard. Remember, my dear girls, you are responsible for your own learning. Ideas are funny things. They don't work unless you do. It doesn't work until you work. For it to work, you must make it work. You must work. Work for what you want. Work for what you want. Are we together? Work for what you want. Work for what you want. Who wants this 100 shillings? Work for what you want. Who wants it? Who wants this 100 shillings? Who wants this 100 shillings? Sasa umekaa huko unataka suifuate, si ndio? Nani anataka hii 100? Ngoja kwanza. Ana nikifanya hivi bado wataka? Nakitia mato bado wataka? Hata nikikanyaga. Thamani yako ni thamani yako. Hata itemewe mate, hata kanyagwe, bado ni shilingi 100. Shilingi 100, na wewe lazima ishikilie thamani yako. Thamani yako ni kupita mtihani wako. It's useless to go to form 1 and then you fall your exam in form 4. You go to struggle, strive, do whatever it takes until you finish the circle of learning. You go to university. Okay? Learning is not filling the bucket, but lightening of the fire so that you can get more light. Understand everything. It's not about indoctrination. It's about exploration. You search for it everywhere until you find it. Lakini lazima uende ukatafute pale elimu ipo. Kuna bwana mmoja alikuwa ameangusha funguo zake nyumbani, lakini nyumbani kulikuwa hakuna stima, kugiza, akatafuta kuona, lakini nje kulikuwa kuna mgogo wa spaki unawaka taa. Akasema wacha nikaangalie pale kuna taa nitazipata. Sasa anaangalia pale hazioni. Mwingine akapita akamwambia tafuta nini? Kama natafuta funguo zangu. Haya akamsaidia lakini akamuuliza, lakini unazangusha wapi? Hapa ninazangusha nyumbani. Sasa basi mbona angalia kwa sababu hapa kuna taa. Wewe mjinga nini mshenzi? Funguo mwangusha nyumbani. Usitafuta mahali penye taa. Even kwenye giza tafuta elimu, hapa ndio iko. Usiogope. Take risks. It is only once, believe me. It's once. That exam is done only once. So make sure you don't allow yourself to fail that exam. Do whatever it takes. Then don't get scared of darkness. Don't get scared of failure. Don't get scared of subjects which are seemingly difficult. Don't get scared of any teacher. Go for what you want until you get it. That's how clever people behave. They don't go halfway, they go all the way. They go for what they want, and ultimately they will get it. My dear girls, in the interest of time, it says always make your own study timetable. Always. And tomorrow I will pass by to see if you guys have your small timetables. Where do you stick them? Aloka, next to your bed. Yeah, you put it up there. There are 2 things you need to put under your locker. The target, your career, and your timetable. Na huko kwa unapolala, ukiamka kitu cha kwanza unafaa ukione ni ile target yako. Ukiamka tu hata hujaosha uso, wewe angalia ile target. Sawa? Inakaa kwa akili, and what the mind can conceive, the heart will believe, and then you will achieve. Yes. You guys have to do better than the last group. Your class is more intelligent than the other class. And you can see what other class did. How many are going to university from that group? Wengine hata ni maajabu bwana. Muujiza ya Mwenyezi Mungu Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Maajabu si ndio akinasomea hao. Maajabu. Si ndio miracle somewhere. So nyinyi hakuna kubahatisha marais ndio? Hakuna kubahatisha kabisa, no bahatisha. We must pass. And with the help of Allah, everything is easy. Very, very easy. Everything is possible. Okay? Remember, at the end of the day, these are some tips. Don't study after 11 p.m. Take a sleep. That's not the adhan. Divide time equally between subjects. Put a copy. So don't lose your determination, because determination takes you to your destination. Prioritizing, when do you study? How often? What about the other things you do? Write down the fixed things that you have to do every day. Time you have no control over. You must use it properly. Activities where you have a choice of the options, you can leave them out so that they don't interfere with the main thing that you must do. Remember, you prioritize your options. What are your favorite subjects? What you cannot do. Remember, you cannot do everything. To achieve your goals, sacrifice what to be made. Avoid time wasters. Make a list of the main ones. Reward yourself for working well and achieving short-term goals. To perform at your best requires fulfilling and stimulating leisure and relaxation time. You are responsible for the organization of your time and style. The first step is almost difficult part of the journey. Can you read the last one? Yeah, the moment you do the first step, the others will take care of themselves and go very far. Okay? Setting yourself a specific task to achieve each night is a necessary skill. Too often you tend to let it happen and don't plan. Make sure you plan ahead. Okay? Procrastination is an obstacle. Don't delay implementation of ideas. Each morning of each night before, make a list of study tasks in order of priority for the following night, so that you can always be prepared in advance. Are we together? Say yes. Yes. You can also, this is for day scholars, count down to the exam. I'm sure you know now how many more months you have, how many more days, how many more hours. That's very important. Time is not on your side. Remember that. Social life, put pause. You know what I mean? P-A-U-S-E. Pause everything else and focus only on your examination. You resume after November. But from today till exam time, nothing is more important to you than your examination. Everything will wait, but exam time will never wait. Remember, my dear girls, avoid distraction, eliminate noise. Organize for friends to agree time. Don't just mix every time talking. No, you have to have few hours per day to share the talks you want to share, but don't do it every day. Okay? It's very important to understand that at the end of the day, the key is to study actively, take note, test yourself, don't just read. Okay? Don't allow yourself to drop, to lose any drop. You must fill the bucket of knowledge. Okay? Remember, exam preparation, the secret to success, have genuine faith in your preparation. Don't leave anything to chance. Know exactly what is required for each exam. Understand each subject. Quiz your teachers. Know your exam format, whether it is multiple, ours are essays. There are no multiple choice. Remember, at the end of the day, you know exactly every section that is there in the exam, how many papers each exam will have, how many sections will each paper have, which area of coverage is in which section. So as you read through the guidance of the examination, and that will be very important. Examination preparation, key facts, make sure you remember them. Formula, make sure you cram them. Quotes, keep them aside so that they can motivate you. Good example, look at those who have done well so they can do very well. Cite them aloud when you see them. Past papers and examination conditions, identify areas of weakness and address them. Become comfortable with the vocabulary used. Perfect the space you must work at, and your timing is also very, very critical. That's very important. Test your knowledge and understanding, discuss it, explain it, justify it with friends, question each other, list any improvement, work through them systematically, test your knowledge, thorough and focused, have a study timetable in your study area, when only the best will do, and you'll go very, very far. Remember the exam techniques, read them, understand them, know the question to do, where to put your answer, and that is very, very important. In the rest of the time, remember, read the paper through, plan your approach, identify questions, put the questions in order you wish to do them. Don't work outside the answers. Your confidence will build with more difficult questions. Are we together? We stop here, we go for prayers, and then we'll come back to finish our presentation. Is that okay? Inshallah. Ladies will go this way, inshallah. So that we can conclude with a very strong bank on motivation before we go back to school. So what we are struggling to do is to see how much we can develop as individuals. And when we develop as individuals, then it becomes easy for us to develop as a class, as a school, as a family, as a community. But individually, we must strive on our own to make sure we become the best that we can be. So they say personal development, the never-ending chance to improve not only yourself, but also attract opportunities and affect others. So it is you struggling to improve. Can you write the word improve down? Improve. For you to improve, you must have interest. For you to improve, you must have interest. No one can force you to improve. For you to improve, you must have interest. No one can force you to improve. You must have personal interest. There must be something you are after to achieve in your life, to work hard in order to improve. For you to improve, and you must know the meaning of why you do what you do. For you to improve, you must know the meaning as to why you do what you do. The meaning of the meaning is to do what is meaningful. Yeah, so knowing why you do what you do can push you to go to any extent so that you can improve your grades, your performance, and your status as well in life. So improvement requires understanding the meaning why you must improve. Okay? And then P in the word improve, you must persist. You must persist no matter how hard, no matter how difficult, no matter how complicated, but finally you must make it. It doesn't matter how hard, how difficult, how complicated, you must at the end make it. You have to think with the end in mind. The struggle you are in today will give you victory in the future. So do the best you can do, because if you do what is right today, tomorrow everything becomes smooth. But you must do what is right today, and with that attitude you can go very far. To improve, you must be realistic. You should know. You must be realistic. Do a SWOT analysis on you. Do a SWOT on you. What is SWOT? You must know your strength, your weakness, opportunities that are around you, and the threats that are pulling you down. So you have to know which is which. As we did before we took a break, you must know your A subjects, you must know your B subjects, your C subjects, and that subject that if you joke it will give you an E. You have to take care of that one, because that one is going to bring your mean grade down. So you must handle that one with a lot of vigilance. You must be resilient. You should not allow one subject to deny you the opportunity to go to university. Some people, just because of one subject only, they get a D- in that subject. All those A's and B's you got, boom, they come down. So take care, particularly if it is a compulsory subject. Don't allow yourself to get an E in a compulsory subject, because compulsory subjects forms part of the gradings. So make sure you know the subject which is a headache in your performance, so that you can handle it. You see, if you want to have good performance, you must first increase the head and then cut the tail. You must increase the quality grades, then take care of the weak grades. So get your quality grades and reduce your weak grades. So you do a sort every other time. Which subject is strong for me? Which one is weak? Which one I have an opportunity to improve? And which one, if I don't take care, it will bring my main grade down. Are we together? So to improve also, you must be optimistic. فَعَبُدُ اللَّهَ حَتَّى أَتَاعُ الْيَقِينِ. It's new. Until you reach a level where you feel like, yes, I have made it. I am going to make it. You study until when the exam is about to take off, you are very sure that you are going to pass that exam. Because trying is not a good strategy of passing exam. Passing exam, you must be sure that you are going to pass that particular exam. To improve, you must maintain your high value. You see that 100 bob? We stepped on it, we spit on it, but it was still 100 shillings. No matter what is happening with your life, in your life, don't allow one thing to happen. Don't allow one thing to happen. Don't allow to fail your form, for example. As I told you the other time, that's what defines you in life. That's what changes your life. The common denominator of success is Form 4 exam. You mess with the Form 4 exam, you've messed up your life. Because it is the Form 4 exam that will make you a doctor. It's the Form 4 exam that will make you a pilot. It's the Form 4 exam that will make an engineer. You fail Form 4 exam, you failed in life. It becomes very difficult. Okay? Though people will tell you, no, you can succeed otherwise. It's not the same. Success is not just about money. Success is also being the person you become, isn't it? Your quality of you, not the money you have, the quality. Some people are very poor. The only thing they have is money. They are very poor. They don't have education, they don't have character, they don't have being, they only have money. They're still poor, isn't it? So you must make sure you become the best version of yourself. I'm repeating, this is very important. Become the best version of yourself. Don't allow anything to stand between you and your success. Don't allow that. Don't allow anybody to tell you you can't get an A. Don't allow anybody to tell you you cannot go to university. Don't allow anybody to tell you there is no way you can succeed. They are lying. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you, who do you think can be against you? So put your trust in Allah, put your gear high, work hard, and ultimately you see yourself at the university. Make yourself proud, make your parents proud, and make your school proud, and make all of us proud, so that one day we say, yes, together we made it. Together we made it. The end of the day. So to improve E, you must learn, you must know how to encourage yourself when you are like giving up. Sometimes things can really be difficult, complicated, and at the end of the day you feel like I cannot go on anymore. There is something that is very dangerous in people's life, and that thing is called comfort. The moment you become comfortable with bad grades, you're okay with an E, you're okay with a D, you're okay. The moment you become comfortable, if bad grades don't make you cry, you're done. If an E does not make you cry, you're done. If a D minus does not make you cry, you're done. The moment you become comfortable with failure, you will never succeed. To succeed, you must hate failure. You must hate it with all your energy. You must hate the person you are to grow up and become a different person. Are we together? So that is how to improve again. Then, my dear daughters, remember, improvement begins with Improvement begins with why? I. That's why the second letter in the word success is you. It's about you. No one is going to make it for you. Ikiwa utangoja watu waje wakusaidie kupita mtihani wako, utangoja kwa muda mrefu. You have to take up the responsibility. You must take up the responsibility. You know why? Because this is your life. This is your life. This is your life. Your mom will go, your dad will go, everybody will go. This is your life. So you are struggling to build a good life for yourself. So don't sit back and think that other people will come and do it for you. They won't. You have to do it yourself. And that is why Stephen Covey says, first think first. Prioritize and understand before you are understood. Take 100% responsibility of your performance in school. Don't allow somebody else to win it. So follow for daily what we call offer style and career tips so that you can become that person that you want to become. I want us to read this together. Number 1, I am a good listener. Can we repeat that? I am a good listener. Number 2, I am eternally grateful for all of the blessings I have in my life. Being honest frees me. My desires are valid. I have immense positive energy. Your self-worth grows when you fight for something you love. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean first, it means me too. Can you take that one again? Taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Another one, be you, love you, always, always. Can you take it again? Be you, love you, always, always. Don't ever allow yourself to talk. And this is what you need in order for you to go to any level of progress in life, to any level of achievement in life, to any level of growth in life. And this is must. Goal setting, have a goal, develop a growth mindset, believe positive thinking, and then self-discipline and good habits. They give you personal development. Set your goal, have a growth mindset, be positive, have positive thinking, self-discipline and good habits. If you practice this, you get personal development. You grow to any extent you want to grow, to any level you want to grow. And finally, you'll really be proud of yourself. My dear girls, remember, I want us to read this together again. Number 1, stop dreaming, start doing. The best way done is to begin. Can you take the best way get something? The best. Start again. The best way to get something done is to begin. Okay? No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Okay? Ignore the noise. Follow your own choice. Okay? Self-conquest is the greatest of all victories. Okay? Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Okay? Fortune favors the brave. Okay? Don't wait for better time. It's all in your hands. So if it's to make it, if it is to happen, then it is up to you to make it happen. Okay? And then again, we read this together again. Self-development, continuous learning, physical and mental health, personal goal and aspiration, self-awareness, building confidence and resilience, financial management, relationship, self-reflection, self-development. It's invest in yourself. At the end of the day, when you do all that, you become the best version of yourself. Again, we are going to read this one together. The keys to success. Number 1, be passionate about what you do. Surround yourself with positive people. Never stop learning new things. Work hard. Be good to others and be grateful. Take care of yourself physically. Learn from your mistakes. Break when you are done, not when you have fun. Can you take it again? Break when you are done and not when you have fun. Collaborate with others. And finally, believe in yourself. Again, believe in yourself. That is very important. These are things that will give you the success that you desire for yourself. Again, for personal growth you have to take place. Number 1, goals, motivation, planning, learning, developing, creativity, vision, training, exactly, personal growth. So if you want to have personal growth, can we start again? Goals, motivation, planning, learning, developing, creativity, vision, and training. So never stop because you are tired. Stop because you have succeeded. Okay? Don't wait because you are tired. Wait because it is done. Don't take a break because you are exhausted. Take a break because you have completed the assignment. You become the person that you want to be. Remember, my dear girls, self-control, achievement drive, goal setting, efficacy, personal responsibility, value congruence, self-management, problem solving, self-improvement, resilience, and self-esteem. These are the ingredients of great minds. If you want to have a great mind, make sure you have self-control, you go for achievement drive, goal setting, efficacy, personal responsibility, value congruence, self-management, problem solving, self-improvement, and then resilience and self-esteem. My dear girls, remember, personal development requires, number 1, self-awareness, potential, human capital, aspiration, and dreams. Dream big so that you can be able to achieve the best out of your life. Don't go for small things in life. Go for the things that people think you will not achieve, and then you achieve. Self-development concept also involves avoid negative. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, very good. Know your limitation. The only limitation that is there is yourself. If you can conquer yourself, you've conquered your life and your grades. For you to have self-control, what do? Calmness, determination, willpower, and yes, you can make it. Say, yes I will.
Yes I will.
Yes I must.
Yes I must.
Yes I can.
Yes I can.
We read this together. I choose my choices. I am stronger than I know. I am confident in my skills and gifts. Working towards my goals consistently is easy for me. I intend to make my wishes come true. I see my goals clearly. I am grateful for each moment of this life that I am blessed with, and I trust my journey. It is leading you to the right direction, and they will end up in the right section. Again, my dear girls, self-management means problem solving, flexibility, confidence and initiative, lifelong learning, integrity and honest interpersonal skills, communication, resilience, analytical skills, and problem solving. That's very good, very important. At the end of the day, you have to balance the soul. That means you have to practice and do all your ibadah. The mind, you have to read all the books you can read. The body, eat healthy and do exercises. And the heart, be a loving person. If you have these three components, you will have self-actualization, self-development, self-mastery, and that is what they call self-discovery. Get to know yourself, and you will grow yourself. Sema ukijitambua, utajichanua, ukijichanua, utajijua, ukijijua, utakuwa, uwe mtu wa murua, maisha iwe poa, na utakalo litakuwa, kwa sababu ninajijua. So that's what they call self-discovery. Remember, at the end of the day, ABCDE of emotional well-being and falling in love with your studies. That's very important. What is A? Prioritize self-care, practice mindfulness, have a wild resilience, cultivate positive relationship, and seek for professional help. So don't fail when there are people who can help you pass. Just apply the ABCDE of emotional well-being and you'll go very, very far. Okay? Can we read this together and we close our session? Number 1, I am limitless. I want you to say this a bit loudly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, say, I am limitless. I am abundant. I am enough. I am focused. I am worthy. I am a clear thinker. I am building myself a better life. I am reaching my full potential. I am filled with calm energy. I am doing the best I can. I am worthy of respect. I am in control of my thoughts. I am courageous. I am warm. I am prosperous. I am successful. I am unstoppable. I am blessed. I am confident. I am more than enough. I am ever evolving. I am a magnet for success. I am dedicated. I am resilient. I am in charge of my own happiness. I am loving and healthy. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Who's going to recite some verses for us? Some Quran? Salma, mashallah. Salma Othman al-Busaid.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah, I thank Allah for blessing us for this day. But we also like to thank our director for making this day such a lovely day, for making it possible for you being here with us to guide us on how to plan our study and enlighten us on all about knowledge. We assure you about everything that you've shared here with us shall be applied in our lives in order to achieve the goals as a class, as an individual, and as a school. We pray to Allah for Him to bring you all the blessings we need in life and to give you the help for us to be able to see you next time, having maybe a better talk and seeing you in life once we have achieved the goals we need.
Okay. Thank you so much. Quran?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم محمد رسول الله والذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم تراهم ركعا
صدق الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا